What if the foods you trust the most are the exact ones draining your energy every single day? You wake up tired, eat a healthy breakfast, and yet a few hours later you crash. Your focus disappears, and the sugar cravings hit. Most people think this is just a midday slump or a normal part of getting older. But when we look at the raw data from continuous glucose monitors, we see a much darker pattern. A sharp rise in sugar followed by a violent drop. Today, we're investigating why your energy is stuck on a roller coaster you didn't even know you were on. I'm revealing the glucose framework, 7 hidden signals that decide whether your body runs on stable fuel or stays stuck in a cycle of cellular fatigue. Let's investigate. Before we decode these 7 signals, I need you to understand why this matters far beyond just feeling tired after lunch. Every single glucose spike you experience triggers an inflammatory cascade inside your body. Your pancreas scrambles to release insulin. Your blood vessels stiffen under the sugar load. Your mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside every cell, become less efficient at converting food into usable energy. Do this hundreds of times a year, year after year, and you aren't just tired. You are actively accelerating cellular aging, increasing your risk of insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, cardiovascular disease, and cognitive decline. This isn't about vanity or willpower. This is about the biological machinery that keeps you alive slowly grinding down because of signals you never knew you were sending. The frustrating part? Most of these signals have nothing to do with how much you eat. They have everything to do with how, when, and in what order you eat. To solve the mystery of your missing energy, we have to look past the calories and investigate the internal instruction manual of your metabolism. We use the glucose system to decode your body's silent signals. G is for gastric buffer. L is for lean mass. U is for upright movement. C is for circadian window. O is for order of operations. S is for stress surges. E is for essential acids. Each of these explains a hidden reason why your energy rises and crashes. And when you stack them together, the effect isn't additive, it's multiplicative. Let's start with the first suspect, the naked carb mystery. G, gastric buffer, the naked fruit mystery. Mystery number 1. Why does a piece of fruit on an empty stomach leave you tired, while the same fruit eaten after a salad feels like clean, sustained energy? Same sugar, same calories, same piece of fruit. So what changed? The difference is what I call the fiber cloak. When you eat fiber-rich food first, a salad, some vegetables, a handful of nuts, that fiber reaches your small intestine before the sugar does. Inside your gut, soluble fiber mixes with water and forms a gel-like mesh that physically coats the intestinal lining. Think of it as a net stretched across a doorway. When sugar arrives after the fiber, it has to pass through that net slowly, molecule by molecule, instead of flooding through all at once. Without that buffer, when you eat fruit or carbohydrates on a completely empty stomach, sugar rushes straight into your bloodstream with nothing to slow it down. Your blood glucose spikes rapidly. Your pancreas detects the surge and fires off a massive burst of insulin to bring that sugar down. But insulin often overshoots. It pulls too much sugar out of your blood too quickly, and you crash into a hypoglycemic valley. That valley is where the brain fog lives. That's where the irritability comes from. That's where the cravings hit, because your brain, which runs almost exclusively on glucose, is now screaming for more fuel. Your body doesn't just care about what you eat. It cares profoundly about how that sugar arrives. A buffered arrival means smooth, stable energy. An unbuffered arrival means a spike, a crash, and a craving cycle that repeats all day long. Before any carbohydrate-containing meal or snack, eat a small portion of fiber-rich food first. A handful of raw vegetables, a small side salad, even a few bites of avocado. You're building the gel net before the sugar arrives. This single habit can reduce post-meal glucose spikes by up to 30%, according to published clinical data, without changing the meal itself. L, lean mass, the metabolic sink mystery. Mystery number 2. Why is your bicep actually an endocrine organ? Most people think of muscle as something that helps you lift groceries or look better in a shirt. But from a metabolic perspective, skeletal muscle is your body's primary storage safe for carbohydrates. When you eat carbohydrates, they're broken down into glucose. That glucose needs somewhere to go. In a person with adequate muscle mass, the majority of that glucose gets absorbed into muscle tissue and stored as glycogen, a compact, ready-to-use fuel reserve. Your muscles act like a metabolic sink, pulling sugar out of circulation efficiently and quietly. But here's the problem that accelerates with age. After age 30, the average person loses 3 to 5% of their muscle mass per decade. By 60 or 70, many people have lost a significant portion of their metabolic storage capacity. The glucose from that dinner plate has fewer places to go. It stays in the bloodstream longer. It forces the pancreas to produce more and more insulin to compensate. Over time, this drives insulin resistance, the metabolic dysfunction at the root of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and chronic fatigue. This is why two people can eat the exact same meal and have completely different glucose responses. The person with more muscle mass has a bigger sink to absorb the sugar. The person with less muscle has a system that overflows. Resistance training isn't optional as you age. It's metabolic medicine. Even 2 sessions per week of bodyweight exercises or light resistance work can significantly increase your glucose disposal capacity. You're not just building strength, you're expanding your body's ability to handle carbohydrates without spiking. Think of every pound of muscle you maintain or build as an upgrade to your internal storage system. More capacity, less overflow, better energy. Upright movement, the 10-minute cheat code. Mystery number 3. Why is a 10-minute stroll after a meal more powerful than a 2-hour gym session the next morning? This defies everything we've been told about exercise. More effort should mean more results, right? But your body cares more about timing than effort. When you move within 15 to 30 minutes after eating, even gently, even just walking around your block or pacing your living room, your working muscles activate specialized glucose transporters called GLUT4 channels. These channels open up on the surface of your muscle cells and pull sugar directly out of your bloodstream through a pathway that doesn't even require insulin. Read that again. Your muscles can clear glucose without insulin when they're actively contracting. This is an insulin-independent pathway, and it's one of the most powerful metabolic tools you have access to. You aren't burning calories in any meaningful sense during a 10-minute walk. What you're doing is far more important. You are redirecting energy before it can cause a spike. You're opening the doors to your metabolic sink at the exact moment the sugar is arriving. Make post-meal movement non-negotiable. It doesn't have to be exercise. Walk to the mailbox. Do dishes. Pace while you take a phone call. 10 minutes of light movement after your largest meals can flatten your glucose curve dramatically. The gym session tomorrow morning is great for fitness, but it cannot retroactively fix the spike that happened at dinner last night. Timing trumps intensity. Circadian window, the sunset cutoff mystery. Mystery number 4. Why does your body forget how to handle a late-night snack? Your metabolism runs on a strict 24-hour biological clock, and that clock has a very clear opinion about when you should and shouldn't be eating. During the morning and early afternoon, your body is an insulin-sensitive machine. Your pancreas responds efficiently. Your muscles are primed to absorb glucose. Your entire metabolic apparatus is in day mode, optimized for fuel processing. But as the sun sets and melatonin begins to rise, your body enters rest mode. Insulin sensitivity drops significantly. Some studies show a reduction of 30 to 50% in the evening hours compared to morning. Your pancreas becomes sluggish. Your muscles become less receptive to glucose uptake. The exact same meal eaten at 9 p.m. produces a dramatically higher and longer-lasting glucose spike than if you ate it at noon. And the damage doesn't stop that night. Elevated blood sugar during sleep disrupts your sleep architecture, reduces growth hormone secretion, impairs overnight cellular repair, and leaves you waking up tired with elevated morning cortisol. The late-night snack doesn't just affect tonight, it programs tomorrow's fatigue. Try to finish your last substantial meal at least 3 hours before sleep. This allows your glucose to return to baseline before your body shifts into overnight repair mode. If you must eat late, make it protein and fat dominant. These macronutrients produce minimal glucose impact compared to carbohydrates. Your circadian clock isn't a suggestion, it's a biological command. Respect the window. O. Order of operations. The sequence secret. Mystery number 5. Can you change your energy response without cutting a single food from your diet? The answer is yes, and it's one of the most empowering findings in modern metabolic research. The investigation shows that order is everything. Multiple clinical studies have demonstrated that eating the components of a meal in a specific sequence, fiber and vegetables first, protein and fats second, starches and sugars last, significantly reduces the glucose spike from that meal. In some studies, the reduction was as much as 40 to 75%, with no change whatsoever in the total food consumed. The mechanism is elegant. Fiber first creates the gel buffer we discussed. Protein and fat slow gastric emptying further, keeping food in your stomach longer. By the time the carbohydrates reach your small intestine, the absorption rate is dramatically reduced. Sugar enters your bloodstream gradually instead of all at once. This isn't a diet. There are no forbidden foods. There's no restriction, no deprivation, no willpower required. It's simply an awareness of how your body experiences the plate and a reordering that works with your biology instead of against it. At your next meal, try this. Eat your salad or vegetables first, then your protein, then your bread, rice, or pasta last. Don't change what's on the plate, just change the order you eat it. Track how you feel 2 hours later compared to your usual approach. Most patients report noticeably more stable energy and fewer afternoon cravings within the first week. S. Stress surges. The invisible sugar mystery. Mystery number 6. Why can an angry email cause a blood sugar spike even if you haven't eaten all day? This is the mystery that shocks people the most because it completely breaks the assumption that glucose only comes from food. When you experience psychological stress, an argument, a work deadline, financial anxiety, even watching upsetting news, your hypothalamus activates the stress response. Cortisol and adrenaline flood your system, and cortisol does something remarkable. It signals your liver to perform gluconeogenesis and glycogenolysis, converting stored glycogen into glucose and dumping it directly into your bloodstream. Your liver interprets mental pressure as a physical threat. It doesn't know the difference between a charging predator and an angry email from your boss. Either way, it assumes you need quick fuel to fight or flee. So it manufactures a sugar spike from the inside, without you eating a single thing. Just like a candy bar, this internal spike triggers an insulin response, followed by a crash, followed by brain fog, irritability, and cravings. You reach for a snack thinking you're hungry, but you're not hungry. You're stressed, and your liver just flooded your blood with sugar that your body now has to clean up. Stress management isn't a luxury, it's glucose management. 2 minutes of slow, deep diaphragmatic breathing activates your vagus nerve and downregulates cortisol within minutes. Box breathing. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds hold is one of the most efficient tools to interrupt the stress glucose cascade. If you experience unexplained energy crashes during high-stress periods despite eating well, your liver may be the source of your spikes, not your plate. E. Essential acids, the Vinegar Shield. Mystery number 7. How can a tablespoon of sour water disarm a carbohydrate spike? This sounds like folk medicine, but the mechanism is well documented in peer-reviewed literature. Vinegar, specifically acetic acid, temporarily inhibits the enzyme alpha amylase, which is responsible for breaking down starch into sugar in your digestive tract. When you consume a small amount of diluted vinegar before a carbohydrate-heavy meal, the starch breakdown slows down. Digestion becomes more gradual. The sharp spike that would normally follow a bowl of rice or pasta becomes a smoother, more manageable curve. Published studies show reductions in post-meal glucose spikes of 20 to 30% from this single intervention. It's not a miracle cure, and it won't override a fundamentally poor metabolic pattern. But when combined with the other 6 elements of the GL-UCOSI framework, it adds a meaningful layer of protection. 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in a full glass of water, consumed 10 to 20 minutes before your largest meal. Always dilute it. Undiluted vinegar can damage tooth enamel and irritate your esophagus. And please, don't think of this as a free pass to eat whatever you want. Think of it as one tool in a 7-tool system. Its power comes from the stack, not from isolation. Here is the investigation's conclusion, and I need you to hear this clearly. Your chronic fatigue is not a sign that you are lazy. It is not a character flaw. It is not an inevitable consequence of aging. It is a sign that your body is reacting to metabolic signals it was never taught to manage. Signals that most doctors never explain and most nutrition advice completely ignores. Each element of the GL-UCOSI framework addresses a different failure point in your metabolic system. Individually, these are small shifts. None of them require extreme dieting or expensive supplements or radical lifestyle overhauls, but together they form a biological sequence, a chain of interventions that compounds in power. Fiber slows the sugar, muscle stores it, movement clears it, timing controls it, sequence optimizes it, stress regulation prevents internal spikes, and vinegar adds a final buffer. When these signals align, the crashes disappear. The brain fog lifts. The afternoon cravings lose their grip. Your mind becomes clear, your energy becomes predictable, and for the first time in perhaps years, you feel like you aren't fighting your own body anymore. You are finally speaking its language. I want to acknowledge something that doesn't get said enough in health content. Changing these habits is harder than it sounds, not because the science is complicated, but because you're trying to rebuild your relationship with food while carrying the emotional weight of feeling like your health is slipping away from you. The brain fog makes it hard to plan. The fatigue makes it hard to move. The cravings make it hard to choose differently. And the frustration of doing everything right and still feeling terrible can make you want to give up entirely. As a physician, I see the science, but I also see the people behind the data, the patients who sit across from me exhausted and discouraged, wondering why their body seems to be working against them. I want you to know that what you're feeling is real, it's valid, and most importantly, it's fixable. Not with perfection, not overnight, but with small stacked changes that respect your biology instead of fighting it. We are building a community of informed patients here who prioritize progress over perfection. So I want to hear from you. Be honest. Which part of the glucose framework surprised you the most? Which one are you starting tomorrow? Is it the fiber buffer before meals, the 10-minute post-meal walk, the food sequencing, the stress breathing? Leave a comment below. Share your struggle or your small wins. Tell me which signal you think has been driving your crashes, and I'll respond with specific guidance. I read every comment because this community matters to me. If this investigation helped you see your energy differently, share it with someone who's been blaming themselves for their fatigue. They deserve to know it's not their fault, it's their signals. I'll be in the comments. We're in this together. I'm the informed patient, and I'm honored to be part of your journey.